these beautiful girls. Do you think he was talking about BBWs in that situation?
Or PAWGs.
Okay, yeah, I want to know what a wag is. People at home tell us. Oh, fuck.
Hell.
Are you introing this or what? Oh, he's playing Wordle. This is so good.
Woo! Hey! Fuck!
All right, everyone. Welcome to the to this new episode of the 3 Cents podcast.
Welcome, guys.
I'm your
Great.
host Jackson, and I'm here joined by my two very lovely friends, Jock and John.
Yeah.
What up?
Yes, sir. So Jackson's birthday is coming up.
Oh,
I don't know what that's
to
got to
Jackson,
do.
everyone.
I don't know what that's got
Birthday
to do with
episode.
this, really.
Crazy coming up. And he's just shown us a list of stuff he wants to. So he's got a list on his. Hold on, let's just talk about this. Hold on.
Jackson went up his phone to look at something else, and he opens the notes app.
And it says Jackson,
Jackson's
present list or
Jackson Christmas list.
I don't know why. Yeah, it was a Christmas list from my notes page from Christmas. I don't know.
he's got a list of stuff he wants, right?
Yeah, but it was.
I wanted
it's-
past tense.
So it's stuff that he obviously wants for Christmas or wants as a present. But when you look at the top of the note,
It shows you
it's-
the date it was
yeah,
edited.
and it says the 25th of December, 2024 at 10 p.m., which means
10 p.m. on Christmas Day.
he was in bed.
Loathing, writing what he wished he got for Christmas. Fuck Santa.
All right.
Fuck Mum. I wanted a PS5.
Yeah.
What happened was I always have someone always asks me for a list, and I never have a list. So I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Write a list.
have my Christmas list, and then I'm just gonna remove the stuff I got, so that when it comes to my birthday, I can use the same list. So it was a list where I removed at the end of Christmas. 10 p.m. was the end
I've
of
got to
Christmas.
say, it's got to be spiteful if you're doing it on Christmas Day. It's got to be thinking about, well, I didn't
You
get
have to
this.
be, yeah.
Well, I didn't get, because you would have been like, oh, it's such a good Christmas and forget about it. And then maybe like months later, you go like, oh, I should probably update my list with what I got. Not night of going, fuck, I didn't get this.
Well, I don't know
Didn't
if-
get this.
If you guys find yourself in like a weird gift limbo where like as an adult you have money to buy stuff, but
Yeah.
for about 3 or 4 weeks right coming up to your birthday, you're not allowed to buy anything because that's something someone else could buy for you.
Nah, fuck that. I just buy it.
I just buy stuff I want,
I
really.
just buy stuff I want, yeah.
And then,
And then if someone asks for Christmas, I just get something I wouldn't buy myself normally.
yeah.
Like Lego.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or books. I'm just like, get me books.
Yeah.
Get me books or gym gear. Like shit that I don't want to like
You
go
don't
out
want to go
and buy
into a shop and
myself.
go get it.
just
Yeah. Like
who's
undies.
Give me some of Jim's gear. He goes crazy.
Dude. Is that like Jim's mowing?
Yeah, but he sells meth.
It's like Jim from The Office, but he's a tweaker. Yeah, true.
So if you hear me like wheezing every time I go to laugh, I can't really laugh.
All right, take us away, Jock.
So, I had a question for these fellas a couple weeks ago, and we've been pondering ever since. We've been pondering, thinking,
Pondercasting.
and pondercasting.
This is a podcast.
This is
Like
a podcast.
Ponder.
So I asked them, do we think trailers spoil movies? Like, the trailers, are they too spoilery? Have they become too much of a spoiler?
Like on the back of a truck.
Truck. The sick ass truck. The
Trailer.
spoiler.
Gangster. Oh, we were talking spoilers and like back of sports cars.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said spoiler.
Whoa, a trailer with a spoiler.
Whoa.
Hey.
Trailers have too many spoilers. Dude, you can't fit under the bridge, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we haven't really talked about it since. We kind of just had
No.
our own pondering times, and now we've come together to discuss.
First one that comes to mind is a recent example is, you guys seen Sinners? Or
Yeah, I watched Sinners.
I've seen Sinners, yeah.
You see the trailer for Sinners before going in?
Unfortunately, I watched it like right before I went in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably a big reveal that I wish I hadn't known.
Yeah, it kind of spoils, like, because it gives off some of the early spoilers that you can kind of just, well, now that you know that happens, you can kind of just guess kind of the rest of the plot.
Yeah. Also, I wish I went into Sinners without knowing there were vampires.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how gangster that movie would be if you didn't know it was a vampire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I admittedly had heard great things and I didn't know about it, and I only watched the trailer because I was already about to go and see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I want to get a little like brief knowledge of it. But I think that like is what you're referring to, John, that they spoil one of the characters becoming a vampire?
2, yeah.
Oh, 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, they do. I didn't
Yeah.
even, that didn't clock.
Yeah, and so in my experience of just watching that and then going into the movie, and like something happens and they come back and act normal.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
And they're acting normal, but like after seeing the trailer,
It's
I was
like,
like,
I know
just
they're
know,
already,
yeah.
yeah, it did ruin that experience a little bit.
Or a
in that
character that's
reveal.
supposed to be dead, locked in a room in the trailer shows them not dead and like trying banging on the door to be let out of the room.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
It's a very self-contained story, Sinners, and I
Yeah.
feel like to have a trailer for it, it's hard
Yeah.
because you can't really just show shit out of context because it's all set in this one place. So anything you see in this one place, you can create like
You can build a
connotations
map
to
of
what
the-
happens and
yeah.
build a map of it.
Yeah.
You can't just show a shot from like if they showed an action shot from the end to like excite you, you go, oh well, the barn burns down.
Yeah.
Like you can't really. There's no like bit where you can.
Yeah, I think that there's an interesting dichotomy of what a trailer is for, because with Sinners, obviously, like I said, I didn't know anything about the movie, so I watched the trailer so that I got a sense of what the movie was before I saw it. Whereas when you go and see, like, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Marvel trailers, right? A Marvel trailer, people already know whether or not they're going to see a Marvel movie. You
Burn
know?
me at the stake. Some of the best to do it though.
Yeah, I mean, they're great. But their trailers are less about selling you to go see the film, and they're about, like, look at which comic books we're taking from.
I think it's
you know?
also to incite discourse.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Marvel hype is built around theories. So like to have throwback to Endgame trailer
yeah.
with Tony Stark in the ship, you're immediately posed with the question, does he survive?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
trailer doesn't answer that. That's not even a plot really of the movie. He kind of survives in like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in the movie, in the trailer, that really like gets you in to watching it, and it gets you excited. You start theorizing, then people start talking like, how does he survive? How does he not survive?
Yeah.
And then for it not even to be part of the movie is like they've got kind of big kahunas on them to be like, yeah, we don't even need to show actually what's happening in our movie to you fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good. It's a little dangerous when you do it that way, though. Like, cause
Yeah, but if it's the follow-up to the most successful movie of all time, I think you
Yeah.
can get away with it.
yeah, that's good is a sense of like, look how cool this thing is, and then we don't even need it because we've got cooler stuff. But then I think what sucks is when there's been examples of trailers where they show something that it paints it as being a big part of the film, and people are let down
That's
by
true.
that.
Have you seen the Castaway trailer?
No.
I haven't.
So
no.
famously, the Castaway trailer shows the ending. It
Oh, really?
shows Tom Hanks alive at the end.
Right.
Oh, what?
And it was Robert Zemeckis, right, who did Castaway?
Sounds familiar. Yeah. Yeah. Like Back to the Future guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did Castaway, I think, or someone else.
Spielberg.
Crucify me, whatever.
Could be.
They talked about why they did this to the trailer, why they showed the ending. And he talked about because such a big budget movie, obviously it goes through tons of test screenings and test audiences. And the test audience responded best to when they knew what was going to happen, when they knew what the ending was, because then they're not like, no one wants to go watch a movie where Tom Hanks dies on an island.
Yeah,
Like, the
it would
idea
feel
of
kind of
that-
pointless.
The idea of that, like, you have this movie that Castaway is kind of it's a weird case because it is a dramatic movie, but it's not meant to make you like leave it depressed and shit. It's like a hopeful
Yeah.
adventure movie almost.
Yeah.
So to have a trailer that sets up this harrowing situation of he's going to die doesn't really attract the right audience that it's really looking for. It's kind of looking for more of like okay, I get he survives, but how?
Yeah,
Is more of the audience. It's about the journey rather than the fact he does survive, which I thought was interesting. And I think a lot of the answers to our questions will be boiled down to like test audiences.
Yeah.
Like the majority of reasons trailer do things is because of the test audience
Right.
and people like, because apparently I was reading about how test audiences work for trailers, and apparently they even like rate every shot. So they get shown a shot that they saw in the trailer and like rate this 1 out of 5. Do you like this shot? Like it's really in depth. Like,
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Have you seen the classic, the 2016 Suicide Squad trailer?
which one? That's not the James Gunn run, is it? Or is
No,
that
no,
the one
the
before?
initial
David
Suicide
Ayer.
Squad movie. Yeah, exactly. And that trailer, I think, played, and like everyone stood up and applauded, and everyone was like, "I cannot wait for this Suicide Squad movie." And then after the success of like Deadpool and the financial unsuccess of Batman vs Superman, they were like, "We're not going to make this gritty hardcore movie. We're going to make it funny and silly."
silly.
And so like the trailer looks like a great serious movie, and it looks very exciting. And then you watch the movie, and obviously Suicide Squad sucks.
Yeah, it's like it's a weird silliness. It's out of place silliness. It does feel tacked on and forced.
Yeah, there's like a big, terrifying like Joker monologue at the end of the trailer that isn't in the movie at all. Like, I can't remember what the thing is, but it's like, yeah, he's talking about like, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you real bad. And it's like he never says that in the movie at all.
I think that movie was just one of those ones that just got like butchered horribly, like in the editing. Like you watch the first 3 minutes of the movie, it's just like trailer editing.
Yeah.
Like the start of the movie is just a trailer, and they're like, okay, we've done that. Now what do we do with the rest of this? What do we do with the rest of this?
7
thing?
more trailers. In there.
Yeah.
If you play a trailer 20 times, you've got a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about how good the trailer is. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't they just keep doing it?
Yeah, it's insane. I think the first 5 minutes has like 8 fucking licensed songs. And it's like very famous licensed songs for each character, and it's just like, wow.
Wow, this is
Yeah.
great.
Good
This is
job, guys.
overstimulating. It's
Yeah.
like TikTok. Movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, like, I feel like there's trailers now that get edited for TikTok.
Fully.
Have you seen
Definitely.
like? I remember when Venom trailer came out. I saw it does this thing where it plays like a micro trailer, and then it plays. Don't skip this ad if you want to watch the whole trailer, and then the
Yeah.
whole trailer plays. I'm like, how the fuck are you marketing a movie to me
Yeah.
in 5 seconds?
I was reading about that. Yeah, you have to make the trailer, and then you have to make the 8 to 10 second cut of the trailer that goes before the trailer to get people to watch the trailer.
That's
to watch the movie.
insane. We're fucked.
The attention span is bad.
I saw a graph. I don't know how like accurate this is, but it was talking about the attention span of humans. It was like in 2020, our attention span was 12 seconds. In 2024, our attention span is now 8 seconds, and the attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds.
Wow.
I don't know how accurate that is because I don't know how you measure that, but
Yeah, how do you measure a goldfish?
exactly. But like, it was just an interesting statistic. I believe it. My attention span's definitely less.
Do you
than
think
that.
they like? You ever do the thing where you drop a ruler and you catch it? like,
yeah, like
some-
reaction time.
You think they did that with like a fish?
That's
And they
little-
like, yeah, they dropped a little bit of food, and like as soon as he,
That's a reaction time, not attention span.
oh, true,
They drop a lot of food and wait till he gets bored.
yeah, true.
Keep
True.
doing the same
Yeah.
thing. Until he stops doing it.
This is like, it's not really it's technically a trailer, but I think it's referred to as the internet cut and the director's cut. But have you guys heard of Clapping for the Wrong Reasons?
No.
So this is it's a Childish Gambino side project thing. It's loosely tied to his Because the Internet album, but he put out this 1 minute video that is the internet cut of Clapping for the Wrong Reasons, and it plays like a trailer where it's all this really exciting stuff happening. It's like mysterious. There's people by a pool. He's like yelling. Someone gets pushed into a pool. Someone's like, Chance the Rapper's there, and he's yelling like, "Ah, damn it!" And you're like, "Whoa, what is this movie about?" And then the director's cut, which he uploaded as well, is 25 minutes, and it's just boring, mundane, everyday life.
Right.
And like the bits from the trailer
Happen.
they happen, but within the context, it's like the bit where someone gets pushed into the pool, it's like, oh, buddies are just like hanging out at the pool. It's all
Yeah.
accident.
Right.
And the bit where like Chance yells like, "Damn it," it's like he's playing Connect 4 with like Ludwig Göransson, and he just
Yeah.
like it's interesting the way, and even that was back in like 2014, but he was pointing out the way that the attention span on the internet is such, like we only care about the bits where stuff's happening. We only care
Well,
about
it's
those
also
little
like how
interesting
you can
things.
manipulate a situation, or how you can manipulate visually what's going on and give a whole different vibe to a situation.
Yeah.
It's like they did that with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know if it was intentional or not. It's been mentioned probably, but with the trailer for that, the movie is like 2 hours and 45 minutes, and it's just like
2 hours of a kind of irrelevant by the end.
Yeah, it's just like Leo and Brad Pitt hanging out in Hollywood in the 70s, and it's the best movie. Like I think it's great, but it's just two guys hanging out, like doing nothing really.
Awesome.
And you watch them like drive from Leo's house to the bar, and then you watch them drive the whole way back. But if you watch the trailer to that movie, the build up is awesome. It's like it's cuts of like Brad Pitt like punching dudes in the face, and like like Leo like spazzing out in the trailer, and like it's just like all this action, like bang. I think with the song, whatever song's playing, it's just like bang. With each beat, there's like something really cool happening. But the movie is just, the final like 15 minutes is insane, but the first 2.5 hours is just like guys chilling. Doing
Yeah.
doing
It is a
nothing.
very like slow burn movie, but it kind of is payoff.
And but it makes me wonder if that was on purpose, because the whole ending of the movie is about
Yeah.
The whole ending's about
alternate history,
and the motivation for what happens in the end is characters looking at each other and saying, "Oh, the crazy stuff we're about to do isn't our fault. It's our fault that we were shown violence on TV as a kid, and it makes us want to do it." That's interesting. That's the motivation for the bad guys at the end. So it makes me wonder if like they purposely made the trailer.
Yeah, it's intentionally misleading to attract people in and then instigate like a emotional response to like now that you're seated.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Yeah.
It is interesting, like, because I'm sure with someone like Quentin Tarantino, he has a lot of creative say over what the trailer is.
Yeah.
But then you think to like, I don't know, James Gunn's first Guardians of the Galaxy. How much influence do you think he had over the trailer as opposed to it being a studio being like, well, this is what Marvel trailers are. This is what you do. This is how a trailer works.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be tough because I think that they put the trailers together like while you're making the movie. And that's why I think there's often scenes that are in the trailer that aren't in the movie because you just send, I can't remember what it's called, but they'll send day edits.
Rushes.
Yeah, but it's not like rushes. Like it's put together. Like it's not just the footage. It's put together shots of the film that they just send to the agency to make the trailer while they're still making the film. So often there's shots that they've got that don't end up in the film, but they're just working on what they've been given.
Yeah,
Right.
and a lot of the time they don't actually really know a lot of the plot, especially with some of those big budget like.
Well, the Marvel ones are so like private.
Yeah, there is like an interesting because I watched this video essay from this. He's a trailer editor. And he talks about a lot of the motivation he gets behind trailers and like what a trailer should be doing in his eyes. And he talks about the idea of a lot of boring movie trailers show what happens and then goes, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. And that's kind of like a boring shows you the story. It's not really an interesting trailer to get you into it. Whereas other trailers that are really effective are like the Matrix trailer, where you watch it, all of the scenes from the Matrix trailer are from like the last third of the movie. It's like from the end.
Yeah.
It's a lot of action of Neo like fighting as a person. He's like fighting all these enemies. He's fighting everyone, which all happens at the end.
Yeah.
But the trailer, it technically spoils what happens, but the trailer poses it differently. It goes like, what you're watching this for, the question you don't want to ask going into this is, does Neo become the chosen one? The question is, what is the Matrix? Who are these villains?
Yeah.
So as long as you're not answering the questions you're posing in the trailer, it doesn't feel like a spoiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess, it's all about what the trailer's used for, you know? And like that's the question is like, what do you think, John, what do you think the purpose of a trailer is?
I guess you're supposed to just get the vibe out of it. I don't know, like, but it depends on the movie. Like a movie like Sinners that showed the spoilers, I think there is some justification there because it's like it's such like a weird, even though it's Ryan Coogler, it's a massive thing. It's such like a weird genre that maybe common audiences aren't aware of, that they have to show a bit of the vampire stuff to like get the thing across. Whereas a Marvel movie can just like show nothing.
Yeah,
can just show like shots, no dialogue, music. Don't reveal half the cast.
to show characters and people.
Because it's an established
because it's an established thing and like people already know what's coming kind of.
I guess that's the tricky thing about like they talk about original stories and there's no original stories in media, but then it's like
so risky.
Like how much of your original story do you show without the original story being unoriginal?
Yeah.
But like we don't, like you've written such an interesting piece that you want people to respond to organically, but if you show them the trailer, are they going to respond to it as organically? But then how do you get them in to watch it? Because why would they know if they're interested?
I remember this is kind of along the same vein, but it's in a different like perspective. I remember having this feeling when we were writing nonfiction. This is very niche. We wrote a short film together, but it kind of has this big twist moment in it. And we were trying to sell it to people to get them on board and to get actors on board and stuff. And it was really like hard to approach whether you tell people that twist.
Yeah.
Or if like when you're trying to give someone a synopsis of the story, do you tell them that bit at the end that changes what the whole premise of the story was? Yeah. So like, I guess that's similar with trailers where if you have a big twist and that's the draw of your movie, like with Sinners, the big twist is, for spoil, whatever, they're all vampires. Like you don't know that in the movie. It doesn't open with like, this is a vampire movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you kind of have to show that for people to be interested because otherwise what is the movie?
But like you're like something like No Way Home can have Toby and Andrew and show up at the end and like it's you don't need to show that in the trailer.
You don't need to show it in the
Yeah.
trailer because it's
Yeah.
still you could sell it as a Spider-Man movie. It's just
Yeah.
a Spider-Man movie. He fights all these villains.
Mm.
The twist in that isn't a genre switch.
I feel like we can't bring up No Way Home without and we're talking about trailers. We have to mention the trailer that they put out where they actively edited out. Like they were
Toby and
so
Andrew.
specific of we don't want to spoil that reveal that they edited out of one of the shots in the trailer, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. And so there's a Brazilian version of the trailer
that leaked with it.
that
It showed the punch. Of the
yeah,
lizard,
so the shot is the 3 Spider-Men all kicking at the same time, 3 of the villains in one shot.
Mm.
And in all of the other country versions, the 2 that don't have a Spider-Man being kicked don't react.
Mm.
But in one of them, one of the characters whips around like he's been kicked in the face, but
Yeah.
they've edited Spider-Man out.
I've got a theory. I think that's on purpose.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think
fully.
a lot of that stuff from from No Way Home,
That
I
specific
think was
movie.
all intentional.
I think other movies maybe bits and pieces, but that was all.
The
yeah.
leak of him like on the railing
It's so
Yeah.
HD.
so like clearly. a
Yeah,
leak.
and it's
And
like
then when
the
someone
clearest
posted
footage.
like the behind the scenes of how I faked this,
Yeah.
it's like you're just stoking the fire,
Yeah.
aren't you? You fuckers?
that was crazy.
like
Yeah.
it's so. A lot of that I was looking at, being like, this is clearly like
Yeah,
intentional. And I think a lot of Marvel leaks are intentional. Even the ones where it's like interviews and
I think
Tom Holland accidentally reads the thing
Yeah.
that says
Yeah, that one's
confidential
so
on the back.
scripted. That
So
one's so
scripted.
scripted.
And a lot of the like them in interviews and accidentally slipping up.
I think even Andrew Garfield when he was doing that whole interview run for like Tick Tick Boom at the same time,
Yeah.
and he was doing that whole thing and like, that wasn't.
I'm not the
whatever-
werewolf.
Yeah, I'm not the werewolf.
It feels
Like,
like werewolf.
he could have just said, like, he's Andrew Garfield. He can just say, no, I'm not in the movie. But
Yeah.
the whole time he's just like, I don't know what's happening.
You
It's
kind of
like-
like play along with it
Yeah,
a little
he's
bit.
perfect.
yeah.
You want people to talk about
Yeah.
it.
They-
to you.
also, they play it like.
Like, we don't want to show it in the trailer, but we'll just show people that there is.
Also, the actors play it like they're not allowed to say no.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
they ask a question, they're like, "Well, I can't tell you."
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
You
they
could
just
just
say no.
lie.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no law against being like, "Yeah, I'm not in that movie," and then later you are in that movie.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna go, "He lied to us, lynch him." You can just like
Didn't
lie.
Harrison Ford do that with the with Brave New World? They said, "Oh, are you Red Hulk? Does your character in the new Captain America movie does he become Red Hulk?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "What's a Red Hulk? There's a Red Hulk." And
That's
it's
so
like,
good.
oh
That's
yeah,
so
dumb old man doesn't know what Red Hulk is. It can't
Yeah.
be him.
The funny thing is, he probably doesn't. He probably didn't know
Yeah,
what Red
yeah.
Hulk was. It's all CGI. He didn't even know he was going to turn into Red Hulk.
But
He read a
yeah.
different script.
Yeah,
Probably wasn't even there.
yeah, CGI Harrison Ford did.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about movies that spoil the big thing.
Mm.
I think that was a problem with the Kingsman 2.
I was
Golden
gonna
Circle.
mention that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it then?
Well, I was just gonna say I know that was a thing with the whole reveal of what's his name, Lancelot.
Harry, Colin Firth's character.
Yeah.
His spy name is Lancelot.
Yeah.
I think.
His whole thing is
Lancelot's the other guy. I don't want to be the
Eggy.
I don't.
who's he?
Who is he? He's
Isn't he?
Because it's King Arthur, Lancelot,
Yeah,
Galahad.
Galahad.
Galahad. You're right. Yeah.
He's Galahad. Eggsy's Lancelot.
Nerd
Anyway.
Jackson. What's that?
Yeah. Well, he comes back in the second movie. He gets shot in the head in the first one.
Yeah, he gets shot in the head. And
Yeah.
he's definitely dead.
No, he's back though.
Yeah, but you can't. That movie fucking sucks. Kingsman 2 is so shit.
Kingsman
It's
1's really good.
Yeah, it's like Kingsman 1 is for me one of the few movies I consider a 10 out of 10.
Really wow.
I think it's a perfect movie.
Damn.
And then 2 is just like, oh my god.
I think Kingsman 2 gets a lot of hate. I think it's alright.
It's dog shit. It's really bad. It's not even alright.
Okay. Okay.
I do think it's like it's nowhere near the first
Not even
one
close, no.
because the first one was
No.
kind of grounded, gritty. A lot of it was like, a lot of a character study on Eggsy, and it's
Yeah.
less about this whole like crime syndicate. And then like the second one leans fully into like a spy action thing, which is like this isn't kind of not really the
For me, the issue was getting rid of what made it charming. The whole like, it's a British, the British like setup. The whole like, oh, there's such a massive like world building opportunity there for the whole Kingsman thing. Then Kingsman 2, they just blow it all up. The entire British
Yeah.
part's dead, and they're like, we're American spies now.
Yeah, I remember being
Yeah.
pissed
Like,
off that they killed the chick like 5 minutes
Yeah,
into the movie.
one of the most interesting characters in the thing
Yeah.
is just killed off screen. Yeah.
I think what was powerful about the end of Kingsman 1 is that they like the whole movie is like proving yourself to become the spy, and at the end Eggsy's like, fuck it, I don't even care anymore. And then obviously he becomes the spy, and the next one is just like, yeah, he's the spy now.
But it changes his intentions to be the spy. Because he starts it because he's like, I want money, I want to be like a cool swag person, and then it goes into, actually I want to help people.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about his arc in the first movie. And then the second one is like, yeah, now he's both of those things.
Yeah, now he's swag and cool, and he else
swag and cool, but also he's like good. But yeah, because like
Elton John's in it.
like John said, they reveal that Colin Firth's character actually comes back in the trailer.
That's a weird one
to put people in seats.
I don't think you needed that.
I've got a quote. I wrote it down. Hold on.
Yeah, the director.
Yeah, so
This quote, I want PS5 for Christmas.
Yeah, so he was talking about like he was pissed off that was in the trailer.
Yeah.
He wanted that to be
The director.
Yeah. He wanted that to be a huge surprise. Matthew Vaughn, and he talks about, I guess the marketing team put it in, and he says, I think their job is to open the movie, and they don't really care about the experience of the movie.
That's a good point.
Like the guys making the trailer,
They just want, as long as the tickets are sold.
Yeah,
They
their
don't
job
care about
is
the
put
reviews.
bodies in seats, and then you make the movie.
Yeah.
You make them feel something.
That's a good point.
Which is, it's like, it does suck because it undercuts the surprise you would have. But obviously, everyone was talking about Colin Firth coming back. Everyone,
Yeah, that made the movie, like everyone go watch the movie.
Yeah, it's interesting. Because, you have to toe that line of, if you've got a big reveal in your movie, is it worth holding on to? Does that create a big enough impact for the audience, it being a surprise?
Yeah.
Like with the Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield thing, that needed to be a surprise.
Yeah. Even if you like teased it.
Yeah, like they did with the leaks. But having that cinema moment of like the reveal, like that worth all the like secrecy about it.
Yeah.
Whereas for something like the Colin Firth reveal, I'm sure the director would have wanted that reveal. But would that have had such a huge impact that it's like, are people leaving that being like, you've got to watch the Golden Circle? I can't spoil it for you, but you've got to watch it.
Yeah, that's the worst thing, is saying like, trying to tell someone, I can't tell you what happens, but trust me. Like, I feel that way about organically watching the first episode of Invincible, which we've talked about before, which is like, what's so cool about, spoilers for Invincible, first episode came out like 6 years ago. What's so cool about it is that they spend the whole episode making you love and care for this one guy, and then at the end he just kills all of the characters you just learned to care about. And
it's a shift on who you think the character's going to be.
Yeah, and it feels so crazy in the moment, going, what the hell is happening? And so to be like to someone, you have to watch it. You have to watch episode 1. Something crazy happens. You wouldn't believe it.
It doesn't.
The Boys is the same thing.
Yeah, The Boys is
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, they're very similar stories. They're like satirizations of what superheroes are actually like.
Yeah.
But it is interesting with with Invincible, because you can imagine like being a kid and finding that first comic book, that first edition, and like reading through it and being like, oh, this is like a fun new superhero.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end, you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm like rethinking my whole.
And that's the sort of situation where it's like, that's so much more worth than you knowing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that would hit. The first episode of Invincible wouldn't be as interesting if you go, oh, so you've got the protagonist Invincible and the antagonist Omni-Man.
Yeah.
Then you spend the whole first episode being like, wait, I thought he was evil. He's the dad. We're like, what?
Yeah. We're talking about like a lot of movie trailers, but in terms of like trailers in general, the GTA 6 trailer just came out.
True.
Just like a couple days ago or a week ago, whatever.
Yeah.
And like me and John were talking about it the other day, because this new GTA game has a female protagonist, and the entire trailer is spent
Sexualizing her.
Yeah, sexual. It like zooms in on her butt and stuff, and there's like ladies on cruise ships and whatever. And that's the sort of trailer where, like, I guess, are they trying to sell it to the incel community?
They know their target audience.
But what me and John were talking about is what I really hope, because I know that the people that make Rockstar games, like, they have integrity, they have interesting stories to tell. I'm hoping that they're trying to undercut that message and they're hypersexualizing the female character so that people play the game and learn a message where the game will be about, don't sexualize women so much, don't be gross, disgusting. Like, yes, she's an attractive woman, but that's not the character she is. That's what I hope that the message is going to try and be throughout the game.
I think that is an interesting point, because it's like, GTA weirdly caters really conservative, like American conservative, of this whole like right wing, like, yeah, GTA, this is fun. But it's also very like...
If you play the stories, it's the
very
opposite.
liberal. Like,
Yeah.
it's very anti-establishment.
The whole thing's
like,
anti-capitalism.
Anti-police,
Yeah.
anti-capitalism. Like, it's not... You don't get it. Like,
No.
the right-wing people playing, you don't get it. And you can kind of... I think... I might be misremembering, but in the GTA 5 trailer, they showed Michael as like this really cool guy. He's like this rich guy. He's got the perfect life. And then you play the game and his wife's cheating on him. His kid hates him.
Like that's the whole point.
The whole point was it undermined like, no, this isn't cool.
Well,
Being like this rugged businessman. You're not cool. Your wife
Yeah.
cheats on you and your kid hates you.
Well, I think I was talking to Jackson about this, but I think my prediction for like what's happening with the trailer and everything is I've been a big Rockstar game fan for a while. I think if you watch the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer when that was coming out, everyone hated Arthur because Arthur was like an arsehole. Like in the clips of him, every clip that he shows up in that trailer, the protagonist, he's like he's beating up an innocent person. He kills an innocent guy and then threatens the guy's son that he's going to kill him next. And like all
It's
this,
just unjustifiably awful.
yeah, just like obviously all the GTA fucking Red Dead games, you kill people, but they're all like kind of anti-heroes and they have their own reasons for doing it. Whereas in the Red Dead 2 trailer, the guy was just evil. And then you play the game and he's not really like that at all. He's still an arsehole, but he's not really like that.
to be evil.
Well, yeah, he's not in the story. He's not really like that. He's the parts where he's being an arsehole really stand out. So it's like, oh, they've literally just grabbed the cutscenes where he's really an arsehole, and then the story is obviously redemption. So there's a whole arc, and it makes you really like show how much he's changed.
I do think it's intentional. Like
Yeah.
with the GTA 6 trailer, especially. Like,
Yeah.
unless they've gone full. Well, these are the people that make us the money.
That's what I'm worried about.
Which
is
is,
that
like,
it's just going to
possible.
be sexy.
But
Yeah.
I think there's no doubt that this will be like one of the highest earning games
Yeah.
of all time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because like GTA 5, I can't remember where I saw this stat. It was like GTA 5 on its own is like bigger than a lot of like industries. Like
Yeah.
the earning of GTA 5 is like more than the music industry. I'm sure that's not true, but it's like something crazy like that. It's just such a high earning franchise
Yeah.
that GTA 6, it would be so awesome if it like is that like anti
Yeah.
like anti right wing stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like packaged in there like perfect Florida, like it's
Yeah.
hot chicks, like guns
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's like the first mission is you have to like assassinate like a right wing politician
Yeah.
or something, and they're
Yeah.
like shaking.
Yeah.
That'd be
I'm really,
awesome.
I'm really excited to play that and play this story and like see if that's what they go with it, because I think that they've got a lot of potential to do that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think she'll just be a good character. That's what. Like, I don't know if they'll specifically address certain like stuff. I think both protagonists and her especially would just be like really well written. I can't see them really fucking that
they
up.
have a good track history.
Yeah.
To be fair, like their stories are really good, but they don't have they've done a few stinker like release things.
But yeah.
Like they released the definitive trilogy remastered.
Oh, that sucked. That was so bad.
sucked.
That
I
wasn't
didn't
them
play
though.
any of it.
That
Oh,
wasn't
wasn't
them.
that not them?
Well, it was like published by them, but it was worked on by just some like shit studio. They fucking suck.
Okay. I didn't know that.
What was wrong with it?
It was just so buggy, and it was like barely like remastered at all. Like
They
it was,
they remastered the original trilogy from like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like Vice City 3, San Andreas. They remastered it, but they added more bugs. Games are 20 years old.
yeah,
they added
somehow
more
it's
bugs.
buggy, yeah.
More bugs. The graphics are worse.
Okay.
Because it's just like
It's
the
like-
same polygons, but they've just like
They smoothed it
they've
out.
made it HD.
Oh, okay.
So like someone's still as boxy,
It looks
but
worse.
like it just looks gross.
Yeah, it looks worse than the game that came out in fucking 2001.
Yeah, it was so weird. I remember
Yeah.
that came out and it was like right between Red Dead 2 and I guess GTA 6. Now.
Yeah.
It's like, guess he was just working on slop in
Yeah.
between.
It's really bad.
But yeah, GTA 6 got delayed.
Sure did. Yeah.
I didn't know it was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just like, I don't know. We kind of knew it was getting delayed. Like,
Yeah.
I saw the pop up, like the date come up, and it's like next year. And I was like, oh yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, it got delayed. I was like, oh, I just assumed it was
I
coming out.
think it's fine.
Next
I think
year.
all the discourse about GTA 6, like
We'll get it when it's
making
done.
real people money is pissing
that's
me off.
ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
pissing me off. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm getting mad. I'm like seeing all this like people going, I'm going to host a GTA 6 server and you're going to work there and earn real crypto and it's all going to be like a
The
non-centralized
crypto
economy.
guys love it. So
That's
like,
Shut the
insane.
fuck up.
That is
Please.
insane, dude.
I love the crypto guys, man. They're the best.
Should we start a cryptocurrency?
We should.
And there's only 3 of them.
Yeah,
It's very
3 cents
Worth a cent each.
Yeah.
No, we've both a lot. They're very rare. There's only 3 of them.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Do we
Go to
own
business
one
school.
each or?
And then who
You
else?
own a percentage of the
Okay.
cents.
Yeah.
It's just stocks.
What's the difference between stocks and crypto? I mean,
I don't want to get into it.
crypto you can use for stuff, right?
You can buy
It's
cool looking monkeys.
It's
Wasn't the original idea? Now here's crypto explained by a white guy who doesn't know crypto. So most of them.
That sounds like the exact. Yeah.
and then it'll be corrected by a white guy that's done a little bit of reading about crypto.
Wasn't it
And
like
then John will say something funny.
cryptocurrency was used as a currency within industry, and then people realized that some of the industries were becoming worth more, so they started buying the specific currency within the industry to sell it, and now it's just people buy and sell. No?
No, it was made with the intention of being a decentralized economy. So the whole thing with they're all against the idea that banks have the supply and governments have the supply of money. Someone's like, hey, no, this is bad. We should have a decentralized economy that means you can own crypto and no one can take it away from you. Like you own it on this like internet blockchain. It's like if you got a piece of art or like gold or something that was impossible to replicate and you owned it and the government can't go like, well, you like, this is technically ours or whatever. The whole idea of it is now that it's decentralized. There's no overarching like government or overarching bank that watches all of it. It's anonymous, like completely anonymous. It's able to instantly send over the web, and also it works on a supply and demand system, which is the same as an economy. Like the more people that want the money, the more the money's worth. So that with like cryptocurrency, the more people want it, the more it's worth. But then the problem with crypto is that because it's so like decentralized and so unregulated, is that anyone can make one.
Yeah.
And I could make a cryptocurrency and say, I want a cryptocurrency with 100 million tokens. I'm going to own 500,000 of them, but it's going to go live and I'm going to... Everyone buy this. Everyone buy it. It's going to the moon. Yeah. Everyone buys it. Oh, wow. These tokens are worth way more. I'm going to sell all of mine.
Yeah. It's just like, it's just the worst. Like, Logan Paul makes a fucking queef coin. It's like, okay, buddy, what's that? And then people, a billion people actually buy it. It's like, what the fuck's happening, dude?
Yeah.
It freaks me out.
It's so hard. Like, I understand.
And like my brother, shout out my brother. My brother comes to me, he's like, everyone's buying this. Should I buy this? No, don't buy a queef coin. Fuck. What are we talking about, man?
And then you see the documentaries of people that got scammed out of queef coin and they're sitting in front of the camera crying like, it's so hard to feel sympathetic for you because you bought fucking queef coin.
Yeah. I lost $10 billion and my family's starving because I bought queef coin.
I put all my daughter's college fund into queef coin.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah. Please. Yeah.
It's just gambling. It's like number will go up. I put money into my number going up. It goes down. Oh no.
But instead of like a wheel just spinning and a ball on it, it's like Logan Paul's hands on the wheel and he chooses when it stops. And every time he chooses green.
But I know when he'll choose. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we're starting a crypto.
Buy it.
3 cents.
It's going to the moon. It's going to Neptune.
3 cents click coin.
Neptune's pretty cool.
Click coin.
All right, whatever.
You guys seen Magazine Dreams? That's my shout out film of the week.
What is
really very cool movie that's come out.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's Jonathan Major's new film.
Oh,
that's
it's
John
very
supports wife beaters. I see.
I think he's proven innocent. I don't know. Don't look into that. But look into the movie though because it's really good. I had to pirate it in Australia. Cut that. It's not out in Australia. It's not out in Australia. So maybe you're allowed to use a VPN, right? That's legit stuff. Yeah, use a VPN. Buy it legally. Buy it.
What's it about?
Very good film. It's about a guy who's a bodybuilder, and he starts to lose his mind.
Whoa.
It's like very much like what I really like about the movie is you start watching it, it takes on that same like Taxi Driver Joker vibe, and you're like, okay, I already know how this movie's gonna end, but you really like. It's a shame about Jonathan Major's other stuff. I don't know. Ignore that. But
separate the art from the artist.
When you watch the movie, he's like such a lovable character, and it's like a weird thing where it's like, okay. It's going down this Taxi Driver Joker route. I know he's going to do something bad, but he's so lovable. Like he's such a likable guy. And it's like really, it's like, man, this is so sad, but it does take a different direction. And I'm really happy with the way they choose to do it. They fool the audience by being like, oh, this is, you think you're going to know how this happened, but then it does a very unique thing that you don't expect, and it's like, oh, this is really
Well,
really cool. Yeah,
I'll give it a watch when I can legally do it.
yeah. I'll buy it. Okay, I'll buy it when it comes out.
It is cool. I think that's the best way to do. Like we talked about spoilers and the big twists or whatever.
Yeah,
The best way to do it is to feed someone enough clues that they guess the twist and then do a different twist.
Yeah.
Like the bait and switch of the twist is the most effective because
Yeah,
then
definitely.
in the trailer you can spoil the
And then
twist
that's not actually.
and
the
people
twist.
go, oh, they already spoiled it.
yeah,
And then you watch the movie and you go, whoa,
Yeah,
wait
I
a
think
minute.
it's interesting in a point at cinema now where we have such a diverse like cinema language. Like you can show a movie that's like, this is going down a Joker taxi driver route, only by like people just assume that by the like style of the film.
yeah,
Whereas like that's not something you could do if we're Citizen Kane.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
if we're making that shit, no one has the language to be like even the movies that start off like there's a new one it's produced by Jordan Peele, but it's the athlete horror movie.
Oh, yeah, the
Where it's-
100 Days of Running or whatever.
Whatever it's called.
yeah.
Oh no, that's a Stephen King. That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
called something. It's another one word. It's very
It's a
Jordan Peele.
one-word
Yeah.
thing. It's like the logo or like the poster is like a football with staples in it. I don't remember what it's
I didn't know
called.
they were making multiple athlete horror movies. At
The 100 Days isn't really athlete horror.
Are they running?
No, it's like a dystopian world where like to get money you have to like walk through. Or like it's like a ballot you get
Mr.
put into.
Beast.
Yeah, it's like a Mr. It is
Okay.
genuinely a Mr. Beast.
Okay, got it. I get it now. Sorry, what's the other one?
But yeah, so it's set up as like a Rocky-esque movie where this guy's like, I've got to get good at football, American football. I'm going to go to this training camp with this like ex-professional and he's going to teach me. Goes to this training camp and then like becomes a horror of like he's trapped here with this psychopath and it becomes a psychological thriller horror movie.
Oh,
But it's set up like a Rocky, like a
yeah.
sports redemption story,
Yeah.
which is like it's harder to tell that story or the story doesn't come off as richly if you don't have that language you're able to tell it in of like, oh, it's like a Rocky, it's like a this. It just allows you to pay homage to genres to then tell a different story within that genre.
Well, it's good that way you don't have to spoil anything about it. To be like, oh, you like Rocky and you like
Us.
Split?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
go see this.
You like
Yeah,
this?
exactly.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Vanilla Sky?
No. Tom
Is
Cruise.
this our shout out? That's your shout out movie. Is this your shout out movie? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Cruise.
This is
Okay.
not my shadow movie. It's weird. It's like, I don't know how to feel about this movie because this is another one of those bait and switch trailers where if you watch the trailer to Vanilla Sky, it's Tom Cruise and
Sounds like a lovely ice cream flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
well-
about eating it.
well, that's the thing is
Whatever
it's
it
like,
is.
what does Vanilla Sky mean? And then you watch the trailer and it's like Tom Cruise and he's with Cameron Diaz, but she's kind of like just the chicky bangs, but he's like falling really in love with Penelope Cruz. Like it's like it's pops up directed by Jerry Maguire. So and you're like, oh well, I know what Tom Cruise does.
Wait,
I know-
directed by Jeremy?
Wait,
Maguire?
isn't that?
Directed
the
by the
person.
guy.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, directed
I
by
was
the
starting to think, was that an autobiography?
Yeah, I was like, is that crazy lore?
directed by the guy that directed Jerry Maguire. So
Yeah.
you go, oh, it's a Tom Cruise movie by the same guy that did that. It's just going to be
Rom-com.
it's just going to be Tom Cruise rom-com. And then you watch the movie and it's like a sci-fi psychological thriller where like Tom Cruise like he's wearing a mask and he's in a straitjacket narrating the whole film and like then like at the end none of the film happened. It was all like a simulation. And like it's the trailer is like, oh, it's a cool rom-com. It's a beautiful rom-com. Oh, there's a car crash. He's being framed for some sort of like
So
killing.
it's like you get the idea it's a rom-com, but there's something else there.
Yeah, like, oh, there's like a little mystery something, but love will prevail, whatever. And then you watch the movie and you're like,
Oh.
wait, Jason Lee from Alvin and the Chipmunks is in this?
That's great.
And it's a very strange movie where you kind of, it's almost like Total Recall, but then you're like, wait, what does that mean then? Like, what does any of this actually mean? Like, it doesn't have a purpose, but the trailer just makes it look lovely.
Yeah, right. That is interesting. I want to shout out a song.
That's your shout. What's your shout?
Do you guys know the trio band Somber?
No.
Sonder?
Not Sonder.
Oh,
Oh no, yes, Sonder.
yeah.
Sorry, I got confused with the person. Sonder. Brent Faiyaz.
Yeah.
Two other people.
I didn't know Brent Faiyaz was
Brent
the group.
Faiyaz and the other couple guys.
Brent Faiyaz is the vocalist in
Yeah.
Sonder.
Sonder, okay.
And it's
check 'em out.
very.
Yeah.
I stumbled across one of their songs because I was looking for
They're
a
very
Sonder
nice.
song,
Yeah.
and I misspelt it.
Oh,
and this
nice.
came up.
Nice.
Wow.
And it came up
Good save.
two that I really like. They're very Frank Ocean
Yeah.
esque.
Yeah.
I don't know which came first, really. Frank Ocean, probably.
Yeah, he's
Definitely.
OG. He started like 2011.
I was going to say, yeah, Channel Orange came out 2012.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know when this came out. This is like old. This is old. It's
But
not
it's
that
like,
old.
like
Brent
2017.
Faiyaz,
2017.
Yeah.
You can't say Brent Faiyaz inspired Frank Ocean.
I don't know who Brent Faiyaz is. Shoot me.
I'll do
No,
it.
it's a song called "What You Heard" and "Too Fast."
Okay.
They're both very cool. Like they could
Heard
be
Too
Frank
Fast.
Ocean songs. And
Okay.
they're cool. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Wow, I will.
And also the TikTok song of the week, "Undressed" by Somber. That's
Okay.
what I was trying to find.
Okay.
But I found the other.
So is this what we do now? John recommends a movie that's good. I recommend a movie that sucks, and Jock recommends a.
Song you should listen
Song?
to.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I would just think we could recommend something, and mine just happened to be a song this week. You can
Yeah.
have an actual recommendation if you wanted.
Actual recommendation. You guys kind of have music and movie. Can I pick like something else? A sport. You guys heard of? I love badminton. Actually, I'm a big fan of badminton. If you guys haven't tried it, go check it out.
All right,
Is that good? Is that?
that was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
I can't think of any other media.
I've got another media thing.
Books.
Oh, true. You got
Yeah,
another
good, John.
thing?
Yeah, another thing
Just
I
to
want
wrap
to
us
talk
up,
about.
hit it.
Yeah. Very nice YouTube series I like. Well, it's 3 episodes and they're not doing any more, so that's
Okay.
but
A trilogy.
It's a very good trilogy. It's so it's UFC based, but people who aren't fans of UFC will like it. There's this thing that's been going around on TikTok a lot called street beefs, where it's just random guys. Most of them are untrained. They have different leagues of like
Oh, is this what's his name?
death sentence.
Death Sentence. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a guy with like there's leagues with no training guys, just two idiots fighting each other, and then there's like slight training. Anyway, what's gotten really popular is this guy Death Sentence who dresses up as an anime character, large penis imprint as well. It's pretty uncomfortable to watch.
Important.
And his whole thing is he's so dramatic, and he talks like an actual anime character, but for his first 3 fights he was 0 wins and 3 losses, and round 1 defeats every time he gets his ass beat.
He's kind of like that guy who flips into the UFC ring and then gets knocked out.
Yeah, King Green. Yeah. Anyway, but he's like so famous because like he's just got such this presence. Like he actually thinks he's an anime character, and he's like it's very entertaining. Anyway, one of the goats of MMA, if not in my opinion the goat of UFC MMA, this guy Mighty Mouse. He's like 5'3". He was in the shortest, the shortest and the lowest weight class in the UFC. But he's like gone on since then to like, he's the only guy he's fought like, there's footage of him fighting a 6'5", 130 kilo guy and winning. Like he's just
Whoa.
like a beast.
No
He's,
blows.
yeah. He's a beast. He's only recently retired, so he's still like, he's not super old, but he did a thing where he was like, he does a YouTube channel now that he's retired, and he's like, if I get this number of likes, I'll actually train Death Sentence. And then it got like triple the likes because everyone wants to see that. So he did a 3-part, very well shot, produced series of him training Death Sentence. And
That's
it's like,
awesome.
and it's so good. It's like the best content because Death Sentence is so entertaining, and you've got like this guy who's so famous for being really bad, and then arguably the best combat fighter in human history, and like training him,
That's
and it's
so
just
sick.
and the DJ Mighty Mouse, the guy who's doing the training, is an anime fan as well, so he's like trying to properly train Death Sentence. But then when Death Sentence is getting real low and down, he says like, "This is just like when Vegeta fought Goku." And then you see Death Sentence like wake up, like, all right,
Time to lock in.
Yeah.
Speak my language.
Yeah.
Dude, good coach.
Yeah, it's like he's actually the ideal coach for him. And the series ends. I'm going to spoil it.
You're going to spoil it.
I'll spoil it.
Skip
This is the end of the
Skip-
episode if you don't want spoilers.
skip 10 seconds ahead if you don't want spoilers.
The final episode 3 ends with Death Sentence first fight back at Street Beefs, and he wins.
Whoa.
His first win.
Wow.
And it's like
Thanks for tuning back
Thanks
in.
for tuning back
Yeah.
in.
Oh, that's crazy.
That was
huh?
crazy.
That was crazy.
ending.
But yeah, it's worth watching just because like you see him get actual training and like I don't know, it pays
Yeah,
off.
that's awesome.
Pays off. Anyway, it's
That's
really
that sounds like a good... YouTube has some good shit out there.
yeah.
Does it give, in the first episode, does it give context to the whole street fight thing if you haven't been keeping up with that?
I think so, yeah. Very briefly, but a lot of it is just like him meeting. It's the the goat and Mighty Mouse meeting each other, and and yeah.
Wow.
I've
very
been
good.
watching a 7.5 hour long playthrough of Blueprints.
What's
Okay,
Blueprints?
wow.
It's a puzzle game.
We could talk about blueprints for hours.
Anyway, thanks for tuning back, guys. Hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed the new sort of style.
Yeah, everyone. Is this season 2?
Yeah, whatever.
Welcome to season 2.
Season 2.
What's in store, huh?
Thanks everyone for watching
Yeah.
and
Thanks, guys.
listening. And
Bye.
Bye.
tuning in.
So do you think the song was about BBWs or BMWs?
Bubble was. I prefer to call them Bubble was.
Yeah.
Huh?
Babua.
Bubble wa. Check my pants.